If you think PLC logic causes downtime, you're wrong. Downtime comes from bad engineering habits, not bad ladder logic. I have worked enough on real machines to say this confidently. PLC logic almost never fails. What fails is everything around it. And today I'm going to break down the 5 habits that quietly create downtime, and the most teams don't realize it until it's a night call. No version control, no naming standards, no drawings, and the field drawings does not match the program, and there are no diagnostics, no alarms. Does any one of these sound familiar? Then this video is for you. Let's look at the first cause for silent downtime issues is version control. This is the dangerous one, right? When no version control exists, that means there is no trust. When something breaks, the first question is, who touched the PLC? Who went online last night? Who made what changes? Now people get defensive. Now nobody is focused, and the downtime gets political.
I told you this HMI wasn't configured right. The throughput is garbage.
Don't pin this on me. I followed the spec sheet exactly.
The spec sheet is irrelevant if the machine isn't running.
Without version history, every fault investigation has to start from zero. This is always about returning back to the standard. If we don't have a standard, then where do we return to? Right? So a professional PLC system always has a version control, a change log, and a rollback plan. A change log would be a simple log of what was the change made, why was it made, and who made. A version control could be a simple logbook with the version number and the reason for change. If you don't have any systems like that, you're not engineering, you're just gambling. The second one is no tag naming structure. It's nothing but having messy tag names. When you're troubleshooting, if I open a PLC program and I cannot tell what is an input and what is an output and what is an internal coil in 10 seconds, then the PLC program already failed. Tags like sensor 1, tag 1, flag 123, they don't save time, they steal it. Tag names are not for you, but they are for the next person who is going to maintain the system and run the production. So when you build it, use common prefixes like DI for digital input, DO for digital output, AI for analog input, AO for analog output, etc. Structure isn't optional. It's the respect for the next person who is going to open your program. The third one is drawings. No drawings are no IO table. This one kills the uptime quietly. If the PLC program exists but the drawings does not exist, simply troubleshooting turns into a nightmare or tracing wires. Simple faults take hours. Good technicians get blamed and the PLC takes the heat. A professional system has 3 things: PLC tags, IO table, electrical drawings. All these must agree with the same name. If they don't match between the PLC, between the drawing or the IO table, then downtime is guaranteed. Is having the drawings up to date or at least close enough. Is field devices does not match the program. This one drives everyone crazy. The sensor says S3, the drawing says LS-12, and the PLC tag says DI underscore part present. 3 names, 1 device, 0 clarity. Now the wrong sensor gets replaced. Now the fault comes back up. Now the trust is gone. Every field device needs one identity everywhere and same name on the sensor. The drawing Same name on the sensor, the drawing, the PLC and the HMI. Anything else is asking for downtime. The final one is no diagnostics. This is the one which frustrates the most, and this is the pain that the operators feel. When the machine stops, the HMI just says fault 1, 2, 3. That's not diagnostics, that's laziness. Operators don't need ladder logic, they need answers. Good systems tell you what failed, where it failed, and what to check first. If your system can't explain itself, it will always need a hero. And the hero systems don't scale. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Clean logic does not make you a good controls engineer. If your system only works when you are there, it's already broken. So before you ship your next machine or a PLC system, ask yourself, can I roll this back? Can a new tech understand it? Can an operator diagnose it? Does the field labels match the program? If the answer is no, downtime is coming, and it won't be the PLC's fault. If you have seen this in the field, comment below and subscribe to Ready Controls for real world PLC engineering, not just ladder screenshots.